I want to talk to you about the series that consumed the last about 2.5 weeks of my life, because yes, consumed is the right word. I go to bed around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning because I just have to read another chapter and I have to read another chapter. So the series that is driving me crazy at the moment is Atlantis Grail series by Nazarian, and I'm going to post somewhere above me the books because I have them on ebook. And if you love Hunger Games, if you love aliens, if you love a brooding male main character and a nerdy earth girl, then this is the perfect series for you, because you have the mix of young adult, of romance, of Hunger Games, of a new of an old actually alien civilization, but it's new for the earth, and you have a father-in-law who really can't stand her. But let's start from the beginning. Like, the premises of the entire series and of the entire book is the fact that the earth is going to be crashed, it's on collision course with a huge asteroid, and there's nothing anyone can do. And this is when the Atlanteos show up, the civilization from the former continent, mythical continent Atlantis from Earth, that somehow left Earth and lives now in space. So it's another branch of humanity, technically speaking. And they return and they say, we have a limited number of people that we can save. We can just save young people between the age of 12 and 19, so everybody can try to qualify. Qualifications start easy, they start in school. Not everything about the test in the beginning makes sense to them, because at some point they make them sing things, and it's because everything that's Atlantis technology is based on noise, on sound. So you have to sing to be able to do everything, like to communicate with your spaceship, to communicate with gadgets, to do everything. But we're going to find out this later. So these young people are going like in a Hunger Games type of prep center, where they are separated in four, in the yellow quadrant, the red one, the blue one, and the green one. The red one, as you would assume, is warriors. They fight with weapons, they value strength, and they value aggressivity in a way. The yellow one is all about creativity, the blue one is with shooting weapons, and the green one is more shielded, and they use shields as their weapons. So this is very interesting, but in the beginning we don't get so much of difference between the different quadrants. We just see how the Atlanteos appear to the human teenagers. They appear perfect. They are those godlike figures, and most of them have very light blonde hair, and they even have the nickname Goldilocks from the human children, because they look just so perfect, like little dolls that come out of boxes and just exist in their perfect space. And we have Gwen Lark and her three brothers and sisters. You have George, the oldest brother, you have Gordy, the little brother that's always with his smudged glasses, and you have the baby sister Gracie. So they are called G1, G2, G3, and G4 because the parents gave them names to start with the letter G. I have found that very sweet and very adorable, and they call each other like that, like G2, G1, and they get a little bit of brother-sister banter, and all of them qualify. This is amazing per se. And then later during the story, you have so much emotional impact, because it's Hunger Games. Like, the young people, when they are in the qualifying, they kill each other. They are getting killed by traps, by drones, by snipers, by so many obstacles. And even when they make it, when they are so close to being qualified for the next round, because there are 2 rounds, it's amazing how hard it is, how difficult it is for them to climb, to get there, to fight, to use every little ounce of strength that they have. And now I'm going to do a fast forward as spoiler. I'm very sorry to tell you. Well, our main character Gwen Lark, who has a mad chemistry with the commander of the base, Aeson Cass, who we later will find out that is actually Aeson Cassiopeia, the prince, next imperator of Atlantis. She's going to qualify, and he's even going to propose to her in front of his father. Well, not technically proposed, he's just going to let everyone know that she's his bride, but later we find out his motivation. Not only that he's in love with her, but because of the difference of rank and everything, he would probably have abstained from getting married to her. But he's afraid because she has this voice, this special voice that is only found inside the imperial family of Atlantis. And because if his father already had found out that she has this special voice, would get her into his class, he's going to kill her, or worse, experiment on her for years and years and not give her chance to anything. So Aeson, who is madly in love with Gwen, actually is declaring her as his imperial bride. So now you have our nerdy art girl Gwen, who is such a sweetheart and who is very smart and very confused, and she was broken-hearted because she had feelings for him, but she was sure that he's going to go ahead with his planned marriage with the Atlantean high lady and is not going to give a shit for her, so he's not going to care. But he cares and he loves her, he adores her. Like, the level of adoration that this man brings in this book is so amazing. He has all the qualities that the book boyfriend needs. He is just perfection. Like, ladies, you want to read a book, if you're into romance, the first two books are not very much romance. They have more tension and things building up between the two of them, and it's not smut, but it's love. It's love the way people love when they are very young and still pure at heart, and the level of love that mixes with sacrifice, where he would do everything to protect his bride and to make her happy and to make sure that she's taken care for. He's going so far that he's even facing his father in order to make sure that she's going to be fine. But his father, being the emperor of Atlantis, manages to offer Gwen a very thoughtful present. He allows her to compete in the Atlantic Grail games. Well, the Atlantic Grail games is even more cutthroat than the Hunger Games or the qualifications, because during the Earth qualifying she just had to deal with other Earthlings, but now through the Atlantis Grail games, this is a very important thing. A lot of people want to win in order to get citizenship, because on Atlantis you have two categories, and I think this is very inspired by the Greeks and the Roman Empire, where you had the citizens, the people who had the right to own things, to own land, they had the right to vote, they had the right to hold political positions, and so on and so on, and the people who were tolerated in a way, even if they were Atlantis born and they were from there, who are not citizens and didn't have access to everything. So you also get a little bit of social injustice, because just because it's an alien planet and just because they moved away from Earth eons ago doesn't mean that they figured everything out and that everything is peachy and amazing and awesome. So there in the Grail she gets to make a lot of friends with people from Atlantis that had no idea how things are on Earth, and then who have a lot of their own problems. So get ready to cry at the end of book 3, because I cried like a baby. I can't believe it. And I finished reading it 2 days ago, and I still cannot get over it. Like, I'm now at book 4 and I love the entire series so much. There's nothing else I can focus on as I read this series, and I want you to read it. Go read it. It's so amazing. It's 10 years old and it's amazing, and I love it. And if you love the Hunger Games, if you love Divergent, because she's divergent in a way if you think about it like that, even if you love Four Wings, they don't have dragons but they have Pegasus. Maybe you want to see her riding a Pegasus, then you're going to love the Atlantic Grail games and the Atlantic Grail series. And you have to start with Qualify. I think it's still free. I'm not sure, but I think the ebook is still free, because it's going to grab your attention and it's going to keep you there and it's going to keep you in its claws. And it's the type of series that I will probably never forget as long as I live, because it marked me, not just my mind but also my soul, and it's just lovely. Go read. Ciao, ciao.